So today, let's dive into something pretty radical, a whole new playbook for adult education here in the US. This comes from a policy report by the New American Business Association, and honestly, it suggests we completely rethink how we fund skills for working adults. I mean, have you ever felt this? You need to learn something new for a better job, but when you look at the options, they all seem to take forever and cost a fortune. It's a classic catch-22 that millions of us are stuck in right now.
And that's really the heart of the problem. The old way, these long, slow, expensive degrees, it just doesn't always fit what people and employers need today. What we really need are fast, affordable ways to get skills that lead directly to a job. So let's break down why the old system isn't working.
All right, so first up, the adult learning dilemma. It really feels like we're trying to compete in a brand new economy, but we're stuck playing by some very, very old rules. Okay, so it starts with something called the Pell Grant. This is a huge source of federal money for students who need it most. But here's the catch, a really big one. Historically, you could only use it for programs that were longer than 600 hours. This one rule basically locks out all these amazing short-term training programs that could get someone a great new job in just a few weeks. But you know, the funding rules are only one piece of the puzzle. There's this other massive roadblock, and the report has some strong words for it, calling it an accreditation cartel. This is the system that acts as the gatekeeper, deciding who gets federal funding in the first place.
So what's the big deal here? Well, for starters, this system tends to look at things like, the size of a school's library instead of the one thing that actually matters to students. Did they get a job? Did they pass their licensing exam? It also makes it incredibly difficult for new, maybe more effective, training programs to even get off the ground. And get this, the report points out that 80% of the people on these accreditation boards actually work for the colleges they're supposed to be policing. It's a system designed to protect itself, not the student.
Okay, so after laying out all those problems, the report doesn't just leave us hanging. It proposes a really clear three-part solution. You can think of it as a modern fix that's actually designed for today's workforce. And the plan itself? It's beautifully simple. First, let's open up Pell Grants to cover those short 8 to 15-week programs that are so effective. Second, let's stop judging schools on outdated metrics and start looking at what really matters. Are their students actually succeeding? And third, let's use technology, specifically AI, to cut through all the red tape and make sure schools are doing what they promise.
And this right here, this is the real game changer. In this new world, taxpayer dollars don't go to a school just because someone signed up. Nope. The school only gets paid after that student graduates and gets their license or credential. It's about paying for actual results, not just promises.
Now, you might be thinking, okay, that sounds great on paper, but does it actually work in the real world? Well, let's look at the proof. Our case study is the Louisville Beauty Academy, or LBA, and they show that this isn't just a theory, it's already happening.
Just look at these numbers. The industry average for graduation in this field, it's somewhere between 60 and 75%, which is okay, I guess. But LBA, over 95% of their students graduate. That is a massive difference. It shows you they're completely focused on getting people to the finish line.
But wait, it gets even better. Because it's not just about graduating, right? It's about getting that professional license. And at LBA, pretty much 100% of their graduates pass the state board exam on their very first try. That is just an incredible mark of a high-quality program.
So you'd probably assume a program with results like that would cost an arm and a leg, right? Wrong. The total cost for the program at LBA is under $7,000. Just keep that number in your head for a second. Because when you look at their competitors in the same area, you're talking $20,000, sometimes even more. LBA is delivering world-class results for a fraction of the cost. So what's their secret sauce? How are they pulling this off? Well, it's technology. LBA is completely digital and paperless. This automates all the boring administrative stuff, which means their people can focus on what they do best, teaching and helping students succeed. LBA is a perfect example of what can happen when you put students first, not bureaucracy. All right, let's bring all this home in our final section. What does smarter funding really mean? What does it mean for you, whether you're a student trying to get ahead, a taxpayer, or an employer looking for talent? This table really lays it all out, doesn't it? The old system pays for enrollment. The new model pays for results. The old system checks quality based on inputs. The new one looks at outcomes, like passing a license exam. The old system protects the status quo. The new one sparks innovation with competition. And we go from slow, manual oversight to fast, automated, AI-driven verification. It's a total shift in thinking.
And that AI part isn't some complex sci-fi stuff. The workflow is actually super simple and secure. A student finishes the program, the state board digitally confirms they got their license. An AI platform sees that confirmation, and boom, the federal funds are released to the school. It's a clean, foolproof way to ensure accountability.
So, what's the big payoff here? Well, it's a win-win-win. Learners get more pathways to great jobs. Taxpayers can rest easy knowing their money is only paying for success. And as a country, we get a workforce that's more skilled and ready for whatever the modern economy throws at it.
It really just boils down to this one simple question, doesn't it? As we think about the future, should we keep paying for educational promises, or is it finally time we start paying for proven results?